I started this actually kind of by accident back in 1996. I was an aspiring screenwriter and was obviously seeing all the movies that were out.
Hmm.
And my coworkers who had kids at the time were saying, well, can we take our kids to go see these movies? And I was like, I don't know. I'm not really paying that much attention to the content. I was looking more for the screenwriting aspect.
Ah.
But I said, is there no way for you to find out anything? And they said, no, there's just, GPG, PG-13R, and that's, all they had to go on at that time.
Yep.
And so the light bulb went off. And at the time, I was a government worker doing TV production. And just by chance, I had worked with applying at AOL for some certain things, and they kind of knew what I was doing. And so they contacted me and said, hey, we have this thing called Entertainment Asylum that we're creating with Brandon Tartikoff. I don't know if you know who he is.
Yep.
Yeah, legendary TV producer.
Yep.
And so I was AOL's movie reviewer for 2 years and doing, reviews like this. And it just kind of fell into place. And, that allowed me to quit my government job and start doing this. And so it was, just a way of, helping people out.
Hmm.
And then, from doing it and seeing how the content has gotten worse over the years, it became more of a concern of, and I'm not, a prude or anything. Some of my favorite movies have, horrible content in them, but they're obviously not for kids. They're not, designed for children. But I have this, feeling, and it's not just, movies. It's not just video games. I think it's just a combination of everything. I think, compared to when I was growing up, in the 60s and 70s, when there was like nothing bad really accessible, you just think about what's the cumulative effect on children. And then when my father passed away in 2007, our pastor was, saying, what are your favorite memories of him? And for me, it was going to movies. Every Friday in the summer, he got half a day off. And so we would go to movies, and we went, to Jaws and Star Wars and Close Encounters and things like that. And so that was, a unique bonding thing. But I think now that, for a lot of kids, and you can probably attest to this, with your older kids, that there's not a lot of just family time because kids are distracted now. There's all the technology, so kids are on their phones or they're, this, that, and whatever. And so really kind of the last thing that families can do together, even, road trips, unless, the parents say, no technology, the kids are distracted and doing things. So movies in a movie theater are kind of like the last bastion of family time where you can bond and have an experience and talk about it and things like that. But, for a parent, if you're going to go and you take them, say to Wonder Woman, and you're taking, a very young child, and you're not expecting maybe the level of violence that's there or, some of the sexual innuendo that might ruin it for you, and then you got to take the kids out and they're embarrassed and you're embarrassed and it becomes a traumatic event.
Right.
And so, for me now, this kind of looks as, a way to just, inform parents what's there so that they know going in and can still kind of have that family bonding experience that's, quickly evaporating in our society.
Mm-hmm. And I got to tell you, I actually got, and I mean this sincerely, goosebumps when you just told me all of that.
Oh.
As a mom, like I actually have a little lump in my throat. I can't tell you how much that everything you just said resonated with me. I mean, like, I'm telling you, I have a lump in my throat.